and American imperialism. I mean, as far as, like, say, for instance, the invasion of Iraq, they fought, the Iraqis fought off the Americans, and basically most of them, a lot of them were Muslims, and they resisted American imperialism. But my main opinion is that Islam stands in the way of the NWO's agenda of world domination, basically. And that's why I believe that there's such a campaign of hatred against Islam via the internet, via news media, via every avenue possible, so even including propaganda films such as American Sniper.
So you think Islam stands in the way of them reaching their goals, the imperialistic goals?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Fabrice?
Yes.
Good. Why
Hello?
do you think... Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Fabrice?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Why do you think the old policy of spreading fear and hate is now targeting Islam and Muslims?
I think because it's the main resistance in the world. I mean, there's other resistance parties, like in some places around the world. It's, for example, in South America. It's in different parts of the world. But the thing is that, for example, in South America, there are Christians, and most people in Europe and the United States, they are Christians or they are atheists. So Islam is something people, they don't know, and that's why they are targeting it. Because something you don't know, you can target easily, you can spread propaganda about it.
So are they afraid of Islam giving something to people?
Yes.
So what is that?
I think they're just afraid that like people, like there's different images. Like when you ask somebody that doesn't know about Islam, the first pictures that's in their minds, it's terrorism, it's mistreating their wives, it's all these stereotypes. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Fabrice.
Thank you, Fatima.
Thanks. Oliver, are you there?
Hello.
Okay, hello. Oliver, why do you think today's superpowers want to keep the Islamic thought passive?
I think because, like said previously, I think that the superpowers are afraid of probably not just Islam, but of any religion apart from one, which we're all pretty clear, which don't have to be mentioned. But they're frightened of any religion or anybody that stands in the way of domination of the oil resources. But basically anything they want, and the thing is, since the fall of the USSR and you know the American states coming into the forefront as the main superpower, you know, they had to find a new bogeyman, I think, and I think that's unfortunately, you know, that's what they've chosen, and it walks hand in hand with the Zionist sort of idea of you know, persecuting Muslims and stealing their land, and you know, like in Gaza and so forth. I think it's another case of you know, like we see with the political parties in the country. You know, it's ruling by fear. It's not coming up with. They've not got any good ideas. They're not got particularly good morals. They rule by fear. You know, and like I said before, to a lot of people, Muslims are mysterious. People don't know. They've not gained knowledge of Islam, and it's very easy to pick them out as the big, like I said, big bogeyman, the people that are going to do harm and will protect you from follow us. You know, I think that's my view anyway.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Tarek, are you there?
Yes.
You've been
here.
silent for a while. Okay, what kind of Islamic values do you think are annoying the West and preventing them to fulfill their plans?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Sure, yes. What kinds of Islamic values are annoying the West and preventing them to fulfill their plans?
So I've heard what are the values that the Zionists are preventing, because the connection is bad. So I'm not
Yeah, Islamic
from,
values. What kind of Islamic values
okay.
are there?
Okay, so first of all, I just want to add something to what my brother said about why they are fighting Islam. First of all, the thing is, I'll say something, I'll be frank, if Islam is not in this region, and it's like in Australia, so they'll live in peace there. But since we have all the resources in our region, oil resources, it's mainly Arabic countries. We are 24 or 22, so somehow our nations that we speak Arabic, one language, from Morocco to Iraq. So if we are united, and so we'll be strong, and if we are strong, we have all the resources, we can dominate the whole world.
Sure.
Beside the Islamic countries that are beside us, like Iran, Malaysia, even Turkey, so that will even is a plus beside the Arabic language and one culture, one religion. It will be a big empire that dominate the world. So what they did is they invented something, Balfour and the Zionists, Rothschild as well, invented something that is a land for Jews, and it's like a cancer, put it in the Middle East, which is Palestine, in order to have, let's say, a military base, a first military base in the region. And from here, everything started. So our values as Muslims, we have norms and values that prevent us from doing anything bad to ourselves, our family, and our community, our neighbors. Islam is a religion of peace, and they are doing something to show the world that they are evils. Muslims are evils. Muslims are terrorists. So they started everything, in terrorism. And before terrorism, as a child, and maybe the others, if they watch any video or cartoon representing the Arab world, so they show just camels or men with knives, or this kind of stereotype about the Arabs or Muslims.
Yes, right. Thank
Did
you,
I
Tara.
answer your question?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Welcome.
Tim Anderson. Can you
Yes,
hear
Fatima.
me?
Yes, Fatima.
Yes, okay.
Yes, yes, I
How do you think the West benefits from making a false image of Islam?
well,
Actually,
as the
Tariq
letter
answered
suggests.
answered somehow, but I want to know your view too.
Um, I mean, I remember a senior minister in Syria said to me that these Takfiris, the sectarian terrorists in Syria, had destroyed the image of Islam in the world. And I
Yeah.
remember thinking at the time, is that a little extreme? And I thought, well, is it really destroyed? And I thought, it is certainly very powerful what they've done to the image of Islam in the world. I think we have a foreign minister, for example, in our country, who said when she came to office that, or just before she came to office, that Al Qaeda was fighting alongside Hezbollah against the Syrian army.
Oh.
You know, so there's that level of ignorance, and there's the need, of course, to create this ideological enemy, which didn't in fact exist until the resistance is, developed by the aggression. But the fact is that the great powers have been trying to destroy every independent state in the region, and they need to have some sort of coherent, simplistic ideological enemy, as the Imam's letter says after the collapse of the Soviet Union, when communism or the Soviet forces were not that enemy. They have had to repackage this by their own, the very people that they recruit, a fake group made up of mercenaries from all around the world. One of the US North American reporters said the other day that he was embedded with ISIS, doing some story on ISIS. They didn't even have the Quran.
Sorry?
Sorry, I finished. Yes.
Sorry. Please come again. Did you ask something?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
No, sorry, I finished my answer there.
Okay, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Michal.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Fatima. Yes.
Okay. Michal, what do you think? The terrorists hired and supported by the West are introduced to be to the Westerners as Muslims.
I think this is all a part of what the previous speakers on this call have referred to as the communist scare with the anti-Islamophobic scare. But I want to pick up on a point Tarek made about how Arabs are portrayed in the West. There is a very popular Walt Disney cartoon known as Aladdin. And what's it about? It's about an Arabic man who also happens to be a thief. But that's where the focus is. Not that he is stealing to feed himself and his family, but the fact that Aladdin is a thief. That is the part that is highlighted. And also the racist, sectarian and ethnocentric Islamophobia and propaganda serves Operation Gladius mission, which is for Western powers to push further east and the annex further territories in the east to secure their resources. But not only is it Arabs, but it's also Muslims, as everyone's pointed out, that are portrayed as the aggressors. However, you compare Iran and America. America's invade a country every 2 years. years or so. The last time when I went on a search on the internet this afternoon to see the last time when Iran attacked outside its borders, the earliest I could find was the annexation of Tbilisi in Georgia, which happened in 1795, which is over 200 years.